Okay, let's talk about the IELTS reading test. Feeling a little overwhelmed by it? Yeah, you are not alone. I mean, you hear there are 14 official question types, and that just sounds like a lot. But what if I told you there's a simple way to look at it, a way to master them all? Let's get right into it.
14. Just look at that number. It's kind of intimidating, right? For so many people taking the test, it looks like this impossible mountain they have to climb, where every single question type feels like a brand new skill they have to learn from scratch.
And that, of course, leads to the big question. With all those different formats, how in the world are you supposed to prepare for and master every single one? It's a totally fair question, but I promise you there is a much smarter way to approach this.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a map to navigate this whole thing. First, we'll look at the challenge itself. And then we're going to sort all 14 of those question types into just 3 simple logical groups: matching quests, finding facts, and filling gaps.
Because here it is. This is the secret to cracking the IELTS reading test. Those 14 question types, they are not 14 different challenges. Nope. They are all just little variations of 3 fundamental tasks. Once you get this, honestly, everything changes.
So let's start with our first group. I like to call these the matching quests. And as the name suggests, this is all about your ability to spot connections inside the text.
And this table just simplifies things perfectly. See? Whether you're matching headings to paragraphs or matching the start of a sentence to its end, your core mission is exactly the same. Connect one piece of information to another. It's like being a detective, just linking clues. The biggest tip for this whole group? Focus on the main idea, not just individual keywords. That's a classic trap, especially for matching headings. It's really just one skill applied in 4 slightly different ways.
All right, next up, we have our second group, finding facts. These questions are designed to test how good you are at being a kind of textual investigator.
This group is all about one thing: precision. Your job is to scan the text, find very specific information, and use that information to answer a question correctly. You're basically hunting for evidence. A really common pitfall here is with multiple choice questions. You have to watch out for the options that use the exact words from the text but kind of twist the meaning. They are absolutely designed to trick you. But this group has one of the biggest points of confusion for students everywhere. I mean, what on earth is the real difference between true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given? They look almost identical, but trust me, the distinction is absolutely crucial.
And here it is, laid out perfectly. True-false questions are all about facts. Does the text state this as a fact, yes or no? Simple. But yes-no questions? They're about the writer's opinion. Does the statement match what the author thinks or claims? So one is about objective information, the other is about subjective views. Big difference.
And that brings us to our third and final group, which is actually the biggest of the 3, filling gaps. Now, don't let the number of question types here scare you. The basic task is maybe the most straightforward of them all.
Okay, here's the key point for this entire group. It doesn't matter what you're filling in. Could be a sentence, a table, a diagram on a weird machine. Your job is always the same. Find the right words in the passage and use them to complete the puzzle. The golden rule for this whole group? Copy correctly. You must use the exact words from the text and always stay inside that word limit.
In fact, and this is the really cool part, you can use the exact same 3-step strategy for all 5 of these question types. Seriously. First, you analyze the gap. What kind of word is missing? A noun, a verb, a number? Second, you use keywords from the question to find the right spot in the text. And third, you carefully copy the exact words, paying super close attention to that word limit. It's one powerful process that covers a third of the test.
So let's just pull back for a second and recap. That huge, intimidating mountain of 14 different question types, well, it's really just 3 manageable hills. You've got your matching quests, that's all about making connections. You've got finding facts, which is about precision and locating details. And you have filling gaps, which is just about completing a puzzle. That's it. That's the entire test right there.
So we've totally reframed the challenge, right? We've turned this long, confusing list into a clear, simple map. And that feeling of being overwhelmed, well, it gets replaced by a feeling of control, of strategy. So the only question left is this: now that you have the map, which territory are you going to conquer first?